Hello friends, today's topic is my ex cheated with my landlord. Let's rant.
Okay, new story. Yeah, let's get to it. Story time. How my landlord was fucking my ex. Yeah, I said it. I caught my ex fucking my landlord. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all a little background of this whole situation. Then we gonna fast forward. I'm gonna be fast for y'all. So this was my second girlfriend in my first crib. Matter of fact, this was our first crib together. I just had finished high school. I met her at a family gathering, and ever since then, we couldn't just get away from each other. We was together for 3 years. The last 2 years, we was living together. One of the years, we was staying at a family's house together. And our last year was our first crib and our first year living together. She was a pretty girl. She had a head on her shoulders. She was smart. She was going to school for law, going to college for law. Me, after I got out of high school, I wasn't really feeling the college thing. So I went off and started getting local jobs. But I was getting good income. You know, I had ended up getting my forklift certificate and all that. So I was making some good money at certain jobs. Like they were, bust your ass jobs, but I was making some good money. So fast forward, we was living at our mother's house before we actually moved into this apartment. We ended up saving up enough money to actually get this apartment. We went apartment searching in certain areas, but we didn't really like what we seen. So we, it was how apartment searching it get a little bit rough sometimes. So she notified me one day. She's like, hey, look, I found a apartment for us. It's nice and beautiful. You should check it out. So I go and look at the pictures before we actually go to the viewing. I like what I see. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I really like what I see. So I'm like, of course, let's go to the viewing. Who's like the property manager or like the realtor or the landlord? So she says this guy's name. So the landlord name was James. She said his full name, but we just gonna call him James. So I'm like, wow, that name sounds familiar. It couldn't really register in my head at the time. You know what I'm saying? So then, boom, it finally did. I'm like, oh, that's the guy that be, I be seeing him on your social media, and y'all to be interacting. I didn't know he owned homes. So she's like, yeah, he just got into it. He just became a realtor, bought a home, and now he wants to start having tenants in this home. So I'm like, awesome, great. Time to get the fuck out your mom's house. That's how I was really feeling. So I'm like, cool, let's go view it. So fast forward, we liked the apartment, we viewed it and all. Everything went great. We actually moved in. We gave him all the requirements that was required to move into the apartment, the security deposits and all that. And our first month come. Now, let me take us back a little bit. Before we actually moved into this apartment, I actually paid everything for the apartment. And I'm talking about like the security deposit. I actually wanted her to save her money. And I knew the money that I was making. I knew she was going to school and stuff. So that was like my little gift for us as we moved into this apartment. I took care of the security deposit and all that. When we went to this apartment, it was an open house type of apartment. He left it open for us, so I still never really got to meet him. You get what I'm saying? When it was time for us to pay him, I still never met him. And I kind of told her about it. I'm like, listen, James, I would like to meet him. Just to meet him because he's about to be our landlord. So, I'll give him the money. At that time, this is why I'm telling you why I couldn't meet him. She's like, no, I got it. I'm going to give him the money, and then we go forth from there. He'll probably come and see us when we move in. Great. Do what you got to do. I know you trust this guy. Fuck it. I'm going to trust him. Because, again, I'm happy to get the fuck out of her mom's house. So the first month went well. Everything is going good. We just living our life as a couple. Everything. I know how relationships be. We just living our life. Second month come. It's time to pay the rent. So the way James wanted to be paid, he didn't really matter. As long as it was like on file. So if we paid him cash and had to come through a money order, or we had to do something like Zelle, which was great. You feel me? So I'm at the check casher place. I'm getting him a money order. My girl, she's at school, because remember I told you she was going to school for law. You feel what I'm saying? So she was going to college for that. So James never really came that first month. But today he came. You get what I'm saying? So I called my girl. I'm like, hey, let James know that I'm at the house. He could come and pick up this money order. So she's like, all right, I'll shoot him a text. So this is my first time meeting James. She ends up shooting a text. James says he'll arrive at a certain time. I was at the house for that certain time. James comes over. So our first encounter at the driveway, it was really like, it wasn't no red flags there. It was just like, you know, nice to meet you. It's finally nice to meet you. Shook hands, and we began to walk into the crib. I had the money order sitting on the kitchen counter, so I'm like, James, come in, because I want to meet him. I want to build, not build like some type of bond with him, but I want to make sure like we cool, because he know I'm staying there. You know what I'm saying? He know I'm with my girl. Like when you got a landlord or something, you at least want to try to be on good terms or evil levels with them. You get what I'm saying? So you want like a mutual friendly relationship with them. So, I invited him into the crib. I invited him into the kitchen. So we started chatting. So I'm asking him about his background, about his life. I'm trying to figure out, just little small things. I'm being nosy about certain things, like how he got the house and all that. Where he's from, just where did he come up with this type of money? What did he do? But what did he do before he decided to get into owning homes and renting them out? You get what I'm saying? This nigga James, he not really even like worried about my background. He already saying he know much about me. My girl told him a lot about me. And he just basically asking like about our relationship and how we're doing in the crib. At that time, I ain't really take it as a red flag neither. I'm just like, maybe he just wants to know what goes on in his house. You know what I'm saying? Like where he rents. I know he's more familiar with my girl. I'm cool. Mind you, I'm not an insecure man, so I don't that wasn't even in my head. You get what I'm saying? But I did find one of his compliments that he said about my girl a little bit too high. He's like, man, the girlfriend's beautiful. Like, you a lucky man. I would die to have a girl like her. So I just felt like, you feel me, on a professional level, he should have kept the compliment a little, you get what I'm saying, a little less than what was said right there, which is, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not an insecure guy, so I really didn't care. You get what I'm saying? So everything went well. We ended up paying him. Let's fast forward. We on our like 4th or 5th month at the crib. And I'm not going to lie. These last 4 or 5 months, they've been good, more on the good scale. But the last 2 months, been a little shaky. You get what I'm saying? My girl had some time off in college during these last 4 or 5 months. But the last, I say, month and a half, she's been back to college. And things have been rough. Like, you know how to go when you're trying to balance college and everything into your normal life. Me, during the last 2-3 months, I picked up extra hours at my job, because this is a bust your ass type of job. So I'm working like 80 hours a week, damn near at least. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm working so much hours, so things just ain't going good. We arguing about what normal people argue about in relationship, just up and down things. You start getting a little bit aggravated at your partner for certain things. Y'all just know how that shit go. Damn, I need some more water. But hey, stay tuned for part 2, how I caught my ex cheating with my landlord. This shit gonna get good.
Damn, that sucks so bad. What would you do if that happened to you? Comment down below, and thank you for watching. Until next time.